Welcome to Zonie Living. We're talking about relationships today, how to make meaningful business connections, and then, and this part is so important, how to nurture those relationships. Our guest is relationship marketing specialist Janice Porter. She helps people more effectively use the social media platform LinkedIn, and she promotes an incredible app called SendOutCards. It makes it easy to stay connected, to send off a quick note of thanks or congratulations or birthday wishes, and also gifts on the go if you like, from your phone or on your computer, and this can all be done in just a few minutes. This is a life-changing tool that you need to know about. Janice is joining us now from North Vancouver, British Columbia.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Janice, how are you?
I'm excellent, Bonnie. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. And as I was reading that, my mind was making a list of all the notes I need to make as soon as I get the chance. And you make it so easy. You are a LinkedIn trainer and executive with SendOutCards, that's the app I'm talking about, and host of the Relationships Rule podcast. You are all about relationships, obviously, and basically you help busy professionals remember just how to be human, how to show that we're thinking about people that we genuinely care about and those that we're associating with, which is so needed in today's world. I feel like this personal touch is really kind of a fading art, and you save us with that.
Oh, thank you for that kind introduction. You know, I've always been a student of people. I love people. I'm curious. I love to ask questions and find out more about people. And when you say that this connection piece is fading, I think it's coming back.
Oh,
And I think it's
fantastic.
coming back because COVID made us very isolated, and people are craving the conversation. They're craving touch points with people now. And so that's why I think what I have to offer and what SendOutCards has to offer is so important going forward.
Well, let's just jump right into LinkedIn. Most of us know about this business platform, and many of us have a LinkedIn profile, but I would venture to say that a lot of us don't use it as effectively as we could. Now, you say in your marketing material that all business professionals need to have a magnetic LinkedIn profile. Tell us what a magnetic profile looks like, and also, what do you find are the most neglected benefits of using LinkedIn?
Okay, so I'll start with the first question about a
Magnetic.
magnetic LinkedIn profile. Thank you.
Yes.
And I'll just maybe back it up with the fact that I don't know if you're aware of this or if your audience is aware of this, but Google indexes LinkedIn very highly. So and you know, when you meet someone new, quite often they'll Google you. And when they do that, that means that your LinkedIn profile is going to show up very high on the search results because of that relationship between Google and LinkedIn. And so whether your profile is good or bad, it's going to show up highly. So you may as well make it good. And to have a good LinkedIn or a magnetic LinkedIn profile, if you're a business person, an entrepreneur, a sales professional, even career professionals, you want to make sure that your profile is fully filled out with as many different categories of sections filled out as possible. And you want to speak to your target audience. You want to have a full banner behind you. You want to have a professional headshot. You want people to know not so much about you in a resume format, but more about who you serve, how you serve them, what you bring to the table.
Oh, very good. And so what do you find are the most neglected benefits of LinkedIn?
Okay. Right. So some people will get their profile fully filled out and then they'll just sit with it and say, well, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, but I never get any business from it. Well, it's just like anything else. You have to use it. And what I think is the most neglected, first of all, I'll say, is the mailbox. So in other words, it's a big ground for networking. So there's over 1 billion people now on LinkedIn. And if you're not networking through your connections, if you're not looking for introductions to people, which is a huge piece that's overlooked, then you're not using it wisely. The other thing I think that's neglected is the fact that if you're going to do content, put content out on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a business platform, you need to make that content rich. You need to make it educational. You need to make it a little bit of entertainment in a sense, but not so much on the personal side, although people love hearing about you and your idiosyncrasies, because those seem to get the highest engagement. However, people want things that are meaty and that show you as an authority in your field.
And you also mentioned that having a genuine and ongoing interest in people is really how we connect. So how do we do this efficiently, and what kind of results are you seeing when clients do pay attention to their LinkedIn associates?
Well, I think what happens is when I talk about being in the mailbox and reaching out and doing some connecting, being the outreach specialist and looking for those people that you want to connect with. The very first thing that I tell people is don't go saying connect, 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 and just do it and see what happens. Look at people's profiles, because that's where, if they're done properly, that's where you can find the information to find the rapport building pieces. So if I look at your profile and I see that you live in Arizona, I see that you went to a certain university, or I see that you love to ski or surf or whatever, those are pieces, little pieces that I can show. Number one, I've read your profile. And number two, I can use as a starting point for a conversation in the direct messaging.
You know, when we had talked earlier, you were talking about real estate agents and how, many may think that that's their one shot, to sell that one house. But you've been very successful working with realtors.
Yeah, so I think I told a story about a friend of mine who, to use as an example of staying connected and nurturing and making and showing the value of relationships in your world. This friend of mine bought and sold 3 houses in 15 years as he built up his business and their family grew. And each time, and they were all in the same area of Wisconsin, actually, and every time he used a different realtor because the others never stayed in touch.
Oh, no.
Never.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a loss. Well, that is a great story about understanding the business value of relationships that are well nurtured. It's important to note that in your past career, you were an elementary teacher, which is probably why you're such a good trainer. Would you agree?
Well, I think you, as a teacher, you definitely have to learn and understand the way people learn. And so if you know that there are different types of learners, the auditory learner, the kinesthetic learner, the visual learner, you have to be able to adapt to how people learn and not do everything the same way for everybody. And so, yes, I think my teaching background has helped.
Absolutely. Well, you and I met at a women's retreat. We were both presenters, and I arrived a little bit early while you were speaking, and I was so fascinated by this fantastic tool that you were demonstrating. It's called SendOutCards, and I wanted you just to keep talking, and I wasn't concerned about when I had my time to get up and talk, but you talked about how we all had that moment. We all have this when our heart says, gosh, I really appreciate that person, that client. They bring me such wonderful projects and such wonderful opportunities. So it starts in the heart, and you showed me this. It starts in the heart, and then our intentions are great. They go to our brain, and we think about what we could do, and then that's where it stops. And I can't tell you how many times that's where I've stopped. My new book, Life Lessons from a Zonie Girl, talk about that. I have a chapter in that about how it's not the thought that counts. And that's because our thoughts often end up with the box of thank yous sitting on the desk, but not going anywhere, or the stamps that we never bought. So tell us about this. Tell us about this new to me app that has all these great products.
So SendOutCards has actually been around for 18 years. And it started actually from a sad family incident where the owner of the company, I don't know if I have time to tell this, it's a quick story, but it gives you an idea that the owner of the company, Cody Bateman, and his wife and little baby were moving to New York from Salt Lake City, Utah, for a new job and a new career and a new life. And when they were leaving Salt Lake City, they were saying goodbye to their families. And Cody had what he calls a prompting to go and hug his brother goodbye. It was his brother who was closest in age to him. They were very close. And he didn't. He just waved goodbye in the field, just like everybody else, and off they went. And 3 months later, his mom called him in the middle of the night. And you know, when that happens,
Oh,
something's
no.
not good.
Yeah.
And his brother had been killed in a electrical accident.
Gosh.
Ever since then, Cody had decided that two things. One, that he would honor his brother in some way. And two, that he would always act on his promptings and find a vehicle for other people to do that as well. And that was the birth of Send Out Cards. Now, that was before the internet. That was before all of that happened. But now what it is a online greeting card and gifting company. So it's an app. It's an web-based company that you can go online, choose a card or create a custom card and add a gift to it if you like, and press send, and that company prints stuff stamps and sends that card to that person to anywhere in the world. And it just makes acting on those promptings so much easier. You can do it from your phone, you can do it from your computer, your desktop, and I don't know. It works for me because I was like you. Those cards, I actually wrote them, but I put them on the seat of my car to go get stamps. And it was always raining here in Vancouver. So I never got out my car to do that.
So these are just some examples. All these cards are from Send Out Cards, and you can flip them open and you can see a picture, a personalized picture has been dropped in. This is a group of women at a presentation, and Janice and I are both in this picture. And this came from the person that hosted the event. And Janice, you can demonstrate for us.
Yes, absolutely. So here we go. Can you see the screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've logged into my Send Out Cards account, and I have come to the card catalog. I'm going to click to the thank you cards, and I'll choose a different one this time. Let's see. I think I'll choose this one. I like this card. So it's just a thank you card. I'm going to choose it as a 2-panel card and click next. And then it's going to allow me to go in to edit the card, So when I see the card at the front, give it a second, then we'll go to the inside. First, I'm going to add that beautiful color to the inside because I like it.
That's pretty.
And then I'm going to add, and I pre-texted these so it would be quicker. I'm going to add this beautiful quotation.
And you can change the font if you want.
I can change the font. I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to change the font, make it a little bit bigger. And then what I like to do is just make Maya's name a little bit smaller so you can see the customizing. Now I'm going to write my message on this side, on the right-hand side, in that color. And I'll use a different font just to show you the difference. There it is. And here's my message that I pre-wrote. Okay, so I'm going to say here, hi, Bonnie. Thank you so much for giving me a platform on your show to share the power of building relationships. Okay.
Love it.
There we go. And at the end, I'm going to add my signature because I have my own signature in the system.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to the back of the card. And now I can brand that card however I like on the back. And I'm just going to make that a softer branding for you to show you that. I have to find it. Maybe I shouldn't have been so smart.
But the idea is you capture images from your phone or from online or wherever, and you can plop those into your system and in seconds pull them up and then send it off.
You can do this from on Canva or something like that if you want. And so now the card is complete inside and out. I'm going to proceed to the cart.
And I will get that in the next little bit.
Yep, I'm just got to send it first, and then it will go in the queue. Here we go. And so you can see I now add the recipient, and Bonnie is in my system already.
And you didn't have to go to a store and find that card, and you didn't have to drive it to a mailbox.
Yeah. As soon as I press this button, check out and confirm and send, it's done. And congratulations, your order has been sent.
Fantastic. So that was really quick. We have to mention the price. There are several packages to choose from. I bought the $30 a month package. That gives me 20 cards. So if you think about stamps cost 68 cents right now. Many cards require more than one. And to find a nice card, you know how it is. $7 is where you start, and then you can go up from there these days. It also saves your addresses, as you showed us, and special dates. So it reminds us when a birthday is coming up or an anniversary. And then it gives us gift options that are always really tasteful. I got this beautiful mug from a friend, and it came packaged gorgeously. It was just so classy and so nice. And, in about an hour, you gave me a tutorial of how to do this. And the next day, I was busting out my holiday greeting cards and had them done in no time. So, Janice, I want to thank you. I also want to mention that you have a podcast called Relationships Rule. Tell us about some of the people you interview and what are some of the topics that you cover.
So, just as the title says, Relationships Rule, I love to interview people who feel the same way that I do about building relationships and nurturing relationships. I have had some amazing people on my podcast, including you, Bonnie. Aww. And I was really, really thrilled to interview Bob Berg, who was one of the authors of The Go-Giver, and he talks all about relationships. And I also have interviewed his partner, John David Mann, who also is an amazing connector. And these people understand what it's about when it comes to building relationships to grow your business, to keep your business going. As well, though, I've also had people on there who just are day-to-day people that I just love the way their energy, their philosophy around business and people. And that's kind of the gamut. I'm doing some solo episodes starting this year, a little bit more than I have in the past, but generally I love talking to people.
Janice, you are a wealth of knowledge. It shows how much you care about people and connecting people and how to create and maintain relationships that are so meaningful and lovely and also good for business. So thank you for sharing your LinkedIn tips, information about SendOutCards, and introducing us to your podcast, Relationships Rule.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much. And if it's okay, I would just like to say one quick thing. Anybody that's listening that wants to test this system, I offer you a challenge, the 10-card challenge. Reach out to me and I will show you what it's about, because I'm sure we can all find 10 people in our life that we need to show appreciation to, thank, send a message of kindness to, and make their day. And by the way, when you do that, it makes your day too.
It really does. What a generous offer. Janice, thank you so much. It was really fun talking with you. And you can find Janice Porter and Associates on LinkedIn, of course. Janice works with professionals who want to build their businesses through relationship marketing and networking. So to learn more, go to janiceporter.com. You can learn more about SendOutCards at www.sendoutcards.com/Janice Porter. And you can read more about Janice at flagstaffbusinessnews.com and quadcitiesbusinessnews.com. Through LinkedIn and SendOutCards, Janice Porter offers tips and tools for staying connected and being remembered in a beautiful way. Working with Janice reminds me of a quote attributed to the legendary salesman, author, and motivational speaker Zig Ziglar. He said, "People don't care what you know until they know that you care." This is Zonie Living. Business, adventure, and leadership. I'm Bonnie Stevens.